We take 2 steps forward and we cause ourselves to take 1 step back. Maybe it's a limiting belief. Maybe it's something we just can't get ourselves to do. Maybe it's a reaction. That's coming from automaticity because it's essentially their habits and associations playing out. And what we want to do is, at the individual level, make sure that our automaticity is working for us as the leader, keeping us in that level 5 type leadership, that leader is coach. And that is the culture unfolds that makes sure we have the right automaticity at the culture level as well. What I'll say about 10X is I don't think you are here going along and then you just jump to 10X. That's not how it works, because we are changing. We're morphing. Everything that you look at around you was once an idea. Every building, every company, every organization was once an idea. And that idea took hold. And there could be years of work, in the proverbial garage that you don't even see. Nobody even knows it exists. And then all of a sudden it's a company and people think, oh, they're an overnight success. So 10X doesn't happen overnight. That shift from 1X to 10X can look more like a compound curve. Who has a business understands exactly what I'm talking about there. So that's just some perspective on 10X. Now I started talking about the compounding. In Good to Great, and I really like the way he did his research. He took great companies, first from built to last, then he made a new definition of what a great company is. Then the team, it wasn't Jim by himself, it was his team. They looked at when did the company become great. So he went back and looked at an inflection point. So obviously, if he's looking at 10 great companies as of today, they all have a different inflection point. And that inflection point being where I showed that going along and then it starts to go up. And that point right there where it starts to go up in that compounding curve, that would be the inflection point. Then what he did was he looked at comparison companies. He looked at other companies that had very similar markets, very similar products, lots of similarities. He then looked at the differences between the good to great companies, the ones that made the 10X, and compared them to the companies that did not. And that's what we're going to talk about here.